Hi Taurus, welcome to your April 2023 tarot reading. These messages are for the collective group of Tauruses, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. Maybe you're interested in a Taurus and you're listening in. So again, these are for the collective, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you are looking for a personal reading, however, you can schedule on crystallizewithkate.com. So jumping into the reading, the overall theme that we have for April for you, Taurus, is this meditation for peace and serenity. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's some big shifts, big changes happening for you in April, and some of it might feel like a bit of a shakeup. And that's part of why the meditating for peace and serenity is going to be important for you. I actually am seeing two separate groups of Tauruses. There's one group of Tauruses where things are really flowy. You're entering into springtime. It's almost birthday time. So the end of April, happy birthday, April Tauruses. Next month, my May Tauruses will get a happy birthday from me. I am a May Taurus, by the way. So, yeah, I feel like there's a group that's really happy and excited and things are flowing and really working out for them. It's just a really happy time. And then there's another group of Tauruses that are going through it. Okay. There's a group here that there are some big changes, big shakeups, potentially endings going on for you in April, okay? So, yeah, meditating for peace and serenity is going to be important for you. Some of you have a strong Cancer placement. That crab at the bottom is really standing out. The dog at the top, if you have fur babies, really taking comfort in them. There might be one specifically. If you have multiple, there might be one that's really attached to you. So those are all standing out. And then also this turtle is standing out to me. So there might be a message of that slow and steady is important. Taking things slowly. Don't rush yourself. Even when the outer world is in a state of chaos and upheaval, your inner world can be at peace. And then you can find serenity within yourself. Slow and steady. So some more cards we can talk about. We have the Ace of Cups. For some of us, there's this loving opportunity coming in. We also have this dove that is bringing this coin down into this cup. I feel like some of you have a strong angel with you. I'm getting divine feminine feels for some of you, and some of you it's a divine masculine. And I'm also getting like a grandparent type of feel. So for some of you, there's a grandparent that's really with you. They're definitely an angel that's looking out for you, and they're pointing out the water there. So obviously there's a ton of water in this card. It's a water type of energy. And then down here, this pond type of thing with all the lily pads. That's important. Maybe look up the spiritual meaning of a lily pad. That could be significant for you as well. And I don't know if you've noticed, like if you listen to tarot readers, you'll notice that when they're channeling, there's a lot of tarot readers who burp. And burping is a signifier of channeling. I know, it's weird, but I just mentioned that because I just like quietly burped to myself. And I'm like, you know what, in case anybody heard that, that is a sign of channeling. Thank you very much. But yeah, the lily pads at the bottom are standing out. So yeah, there could be some type of loving opportunity coming up, an opportunity from the divine that is just totally divinely guided, and a message from your spirit team that's showing up for you. It could be like a little gift that they could be leaving you, whether it's coins or something that you find in nature. I don't know. There's just some type of like gift or specific message that you're going to be finding in April. We also have the Queen of Wands. Some of you are entrepreneurs. Some of you have a side hustle, own your own business. Some of you are very creative as well. Some of you are very spiritual and witchy. Some of you have Leo placements as well. These lions are standing out over there. So I feel like you're finding an inner fire. I know that this is calling for like peace and serenity and emotional balance in times of chaos, but I also feel like there's a group of you that are really getting fired up. Okay. And so sometimes wands are a little bit impulsive. They're a little bit more self-centered. And I hate to say this, Taurus, but Tauruses are like low-key narcissistic sometimes. So just watch out for any type of like narcissistic tendencies that you might be having in the month of April. Am I making this decision because it feels best and right for me? Am I trying to guide or maneuver other people's decisions to fall into line with my ideas? Am I being too stubborn and stuck on what I want? Am I being flexible? So those are some messages from Spirit that they want to remind us of. And with the Six of Pentacles, it's about that balance, give and take, right? Sometimes we're in that state of receiving, sometimes we're in the state of giving. And also when you're working on manifesting something, a lot of the time there's going to have to be the chaos and the upheavals. When you're asking to receive something, a lot of the time we have to give something up in order to make room for that. So just consider, what are you trying to manifest? And is any potential chaos upheavals that are happening in the month of April due to something that you're trying to manifest? Is what's no longer serving you being removed? Are you making that choice, or is Spirit making that choice for us? So just some things to consider. The scales are really standing out in this card. So the message of balance, it's important to, when things are feeling really out of whack, to try to get yourself into a state of equilibrium again. So that meditation for peace and serenity, that's your important message here. All right. So we also have from the Rebel deck. Now, I feel like I've been a little bit harsh with you, Taurus, but this is Spirit, all right? I have so much love for my Taurus family. The first card that I want to talk about is Rebel, because fuck it. I do very much feel that some of you are in that mindset of like, I am not going to do what is expected of me because fuck it. I've been doing this same thing or what's expected of me for this long, and I'm tired of it. I'm not getting the results that I want. I'm not fully happy. I'm done. I'm done dealing with this. That's like, there's this fed up feeling that I'm getting from some of you. So Spirit's telling you, rebel. Go ahead, rebel, because fuck it. Why not? You are a human with free will. You get to make your own choices. And then they also say, fuck fear. It will lie to your face. So, I think that the message of like narcissism came up earlier. I was channeling that because some of us are very much in our ego at this time for some reason. So sometimes our ego can keep us in a fear-based mindset out of fear of failure, right? So what Spirit is saying is fuck fear. Fuck what is holding you back. Your fear will lie to your face. It will tell you that you're not good enough. You're not worthy enough. You don't know enough. Who am I? That imposter syndrome. So that fear will lie to your face. Well, what if I get, there's so many different examples coming to mind. Here's one example. What if I get a part-time job? Will that take time away from my family? Like maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you've been considering, well, maybe I want to go back to work, but I don't want to be taking time away from my littles. They're only little for so long. So that's just an example. Maybe fear is holding you back. But Spirit's like, you know what? It's going to lie to your face. You will have plenty of time to spend with your loved ones if you feel like you want to get part-time job, if you want to start a side hustle, if you want to be getting into a really creative flow, maybe you're not even doing a job, maybe you're just spending some time doing artwork, if that's something that brings you a lot of joy. So whatever it is that's holding you back, where you're in that ego and the ego is like, don't do that because you're going to look ridiculous, or you might be making a mistake here. Yeah, I might be making a mistake, but guess what? I'm going to have to find that out. So we're stepping out of our ego. Some other messages that we have here is the number 5, unity, Archangel Sandalphon. Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. So this would essentially be the Hierophant card, which is the card of Taurus. So it totally makes sense of why this one would come out. There's something here about you've had a viewpoint for a long time. Some of you, like, this viewpoint isn't serving you anymore. So I think that some of you are questioning some of your traditional viewpoints and the methods that you've been using this far. And I'm just getting that energy of it's just not working. It's not working anymore. Or it hasn't worked. So I need to shift. Spiritual organizations, you might be finding a mentor or like-minded friends that you can communicate with, hook up with, where you're vibing off of each other and they're giving you ideas and inspiring you. I feel like it's not going to take a whole lot to inspire you in the month of April. It's just a matter of if you're going to choose to take action on it, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff happening, like the very earthy type of stuff, like you got to pay bills and you got to clean your house and like all of those kind of stuff. I feel like those are sometimes we use those as excuses of why not to take action or why not to do certain things. This isn't necessarily an action-oriented reading 100%, but I think it's starting to shift the mindset and question. I think it's really asking you to question things. And if your life is out of balance, it's getting into that state of equilibrium again. It's like finding that inner peace again, because I feel like it might have been lost for a little while. And then we have the Tower card, number 16, life experience, Archangel Chamuel. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. For some of you, it's time to move on in whatever way that means for you. Time to spread your wings, time to move on, time to take action on something that you knew that it was coming. I think maybe some of you needed to make a decision about something. You were like weighing your options in the 6 of Pentacles, and it's time to spread your wings and fly. It's a pretty significant event, even if it's not like I just bought a new house. Like, that's pretty significant. It could be something else that seems less significant, but it's going to change a lot of other things in your life because you're making this decision. So yeah, there's some type of important Tower moment, life-changing event. And the reason that it's coming through as a Tower moment is because I think that you're going to make this decision very quickly. I think that all of a sudden you're going to have a big, like a change of heart or a change of idea, or you're just going to get this impulsive, it's going to feel impulsive, but it's this deep inner knowing, like, I just got to rip the Band-Aid off. I've just got to go with it. All right. And so it doesn't mean that what you've been doing this far hasn't been teaching you stuff. I mean, this says right here, life experience. It's brought you experiences that is aiding your life in many different ways. So it's not, whatever you've been doing is not all for nothing. It's just, there's a part of this that needs to change and shift. And I think that you're going to be heading in some new type of direction, whether that be in a relationship, in your career, in maybe a health journey. I'm not 100% sure. So now I have some oracle cards from the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle. I love this. This one is Hades. the underworld. It's number 7. So the number 7 could be significant for you, Taurus. It says, everything has a cycle and a time span. Death is a natural part of life. Plan a legacy. What matters most? Knowing this helps you live a better life. Move through change. What ideas have passed their used by date and can be left behind? How perfect is that? With what we were just talking about. There are some idea with this Unity or Hierophant card. There are some traditional viewpoints. There are some methods that we've been using and it's just not working for us anymore and it's time to shift. So the duality aspect here is death and life, or knowing versus unknowing. Then there's one more card from this specific deck that had come out when I was shuffling earlier, and it's a number 40. 40 condenses down to the number 4 in numerology, and 4 is about balance and stability. You're finding your balance and stability again. So you're making choices that will aid in that. So this is the Sphinx, and it says gratification. Mark your successes. Use your intellect. Be wise, and as such, know that you can't know it all. Be curious. You don't always need to expect to receive something immediately. Take your time to do things well. Delayed gratification can build character and achieve big goals. Guard what is integral to you. Everything that annoys or irritates you about someone tells us a lot about yourself. Wow, what like a slap in the face for us Tauruses. I'm going to repeat that one more time because that feels significant. Everything that annoys or irritates you about someone tells us a lot about yourself. Okay, so the duality there is now versus later, knowing versus ignorance. Okay, so those are some important messages for you, Taurus. Before we wrap up, I'm going to ask real quickly, what's an important challenge that might come up or something that's hidden from Taurus? Okay. 5 of Wands and the 3 of Cups came out in reverse. Some of you, there's like a friendship that you're worried there's going to be confrontation or conflict. Maybe you're viewing a friend or a mentor or something like that as competition when they're not. But yeah, this 3 of Cups is in reverse next to the 5 of Wands. This is more of like, this can be working towards a goal. And so you might need to separate yourself from friends or family or your close group. You might feel cut off from them as you're working towards a goal. It could also be a disconnect, a disruption, potential conflict with a specific friend or somebody that you have a close relationship with. Just some potentials there for you. And then the last message that I want to talk about is from the Enchanted Map Oracle. I'm going to pull that quick. Whoops. All right, what card is best for Taurus? Okay, that one literally landed right on there, so that's the one that I will go with. Number 35, education. And I love how it has that little fairy there. Some of you are thinking about taking a class, furthering your education in some type of way. It says, life is filled with lessons. Be teachable. Wisdom comes from participating in life, not just reading about it. So this is also saying if you've recently taken a class, now it's time to implement that stuff, okay? This card suggests that you might not have enough knowledge about what you seek, the direction to take, your circumstances, or the nature of your inquiry. Important information is coming. Now is the time to go to school. Ask a person who might know more than you do, or find a teacher or a course of study so that you can more clearly understand what the next right action must be. Sometimes life unexpectedly sends you an unfamiliar school, and you must learn by experience. Now is a time to be teachable, open to changing your preconceived notions. Be a student and be willing to state the most powerful mantra of all, I don't know yet. So this is talking about being a student, being open to ideas, and I think that you're changing a viewpoint of something, and it feels really significant for you, Taurus. So hopefully these messages resonated with you. If you're looking for a personal reading, schedule on crystallizewithkate.com. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful month of April.